My name is Brian. I've lost over 85 pounds in 3.5 years on the carnivore diet. I've improved a lot of different health issues, things like AFib. I haven't had an episode in 3.5 years. Um, High blood pressure. My blood pressure is much lower. Back pain, joint pain, all that stuff went away. My mood, depression, mild depression that I had, all gone. So all those things have improved with the carnivore diet. And today I want to talk about something that maybe isn't necessarily just going to have to be applied to carnivore or something like that, or even just dieting. But the whole idea is comparing yourself. And I want to stress the fact that it's important not to compare yourself to others, but to compare yourself to yourself. So let's talk about that a little bit here. What do I mean by that? Um, too often we are drilled, I guess, to look at how good someone is to another person, right? Like let's take sports for an analogy, for instance. Um, Often teams will look at how good one player is to another player. Fans will look at it. They'll say, well, this person actually would be better for our team because he's a better player than this person. He's a better hitter or whatever. He's a better shooter if it's basketball, whatever it is, right? And like let's go back to the baseball thing. You see this like with Hall of Fame debates, like, well, this person's in the Hall of Fame, this person is not, but look at their stats compared to that person. So they're comparing the one person to the other, right? And that's like always drilled in our mind. It's the same thing like with dieting. Like, you know, this person doing this diet looks like this. So this person should be able to look that way as well. And they should be able to do the exact same things. And everybody is kind of different. And also, when you look at trying to compare yourself to someone else, you're setting yourself up kind of for failure because you might just not look like that person in terms of your weight, your body fat that you have, and that the bone structure that you have with your body. And also you could eventually get to that similar level, but it could take a lot longer. Someone might lose like I did in the first 3 months. I lost like 60 pounds first 3 months on the carnivore diet. Someone might do that, and someone else might not lose anything for 6 months while their body is healing. So that's why it's not a good thing to compare yourself to others. What you want to do is compare yourself to yourself. And what I mean by that is, first of all, take pictures of yourself, right? When you first get started with doing carnivore or whatever type of diet it is, take pictures of yourself. And over time, over a few weeks, a couple months, whatever, take more pictures and compare how you looked in the first picture to how you look now. Do you see any kind of differences in your face? Is your face thinning out? Um, Also, not just with pictures, but let's look at measurements. Uh, this here, tape measure. Okay. Um, Use this. Measure all kinds of things. Measure your belly button, so your waist, your thighs, your calf muscles, your arms, yes, your biceps and your forearms here, um, your neck, your chest size, all those different things. Take measurements of those things and check them every few weeks, a month or two, whatever. Check them again and see where you're at. And that's where you're looking for progress, right? You're comparing yourself to what you were before, right? What was I yesterday? What am I today? The next day, what am I again today? Comparing to what I was 2 days ago, and so forth, right? Um, you can do the same thing with how you feel, your mood. Do you seem to be calmer? Do you seem to be happier? Those types of things. Uh, Brain fog. Do you think that you have mental clarity better than you did a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a month ago, whatever? Those are all types of measurements that you want to do comparing yourself to how you were. Um, Physical type of measurements. Let's say that you're doing like I do a lot of push-ups. You're doing push-ups, okay? Um, And we'll just say, let's say January 10th, I did, and I'm just throwing this out because I don't know what I did on January 10th, but let's just say I did a total of 50 push-ups over, I don't know, 2, 3 sets, whatever. Okay. January 20th, 10 days later, what can I do? Can I now do 70 push-ups, 60 push-ups, 75 push-ups, 100 push-ups, whatever? Can I do more than what I did 10 days ago, the 50 push-ups? Can I do more at one time? Let's say trying to go till failure. Maybe at one point, you can do, I don't know, we'll say 10 push-ups a week. 2 weeks later, can I do 12 or 15? A month later, can I do 20 until failure or 25 until failure? Whatever. You're comparing yourself to yourself. You're looking to improve. Um, Something that if you watch semi-retired Bob, he always talks about getting 1% better every day. This is kind of that same concept, right? You're looking to improve yourself, always getting better and comparing yourself to yourself. So those are the things that you want to do is compare yourself to yourself. Don't get wrapped up in comparing yourself to other people. When you compare yourself to yourself, you have a true way of seeing your own improvement. And that's going to lead to more and more success for you. When you compare yourself to others, there's too much of a chance of differences between you and that person, how healthy you were, how healthy they were when they started, that kind of thing. And you're setting yourself up for failures. And when people see failures, they don't, like, for instance, go back to me again. I lost 60 pounds in 3 months. Someone else says, okay, I'm going to lose 60 pounds in 3 months. And they don't. Maybe they lose 5 pounds in 3 months and they get frustrated. Well, they're like, I failed. I didn't do what that person did. And when they see those failures, it disappoints them and it makes them not want to continue doing what they're doing. But when you compare yourself to yourself, you know what? In 3 months, I actually am 5 pounds less than what I was before. I am making progress. That is more of a success for you, and you want to keep going. And that breeds more success and better results. So that is the key. It really is to compare yourself to yourself. Forget about other people. You want to compare yourself in every way that you can to yourself and always strive to get better each day.